So I got the comic capsules up there so I could put my first premiere issues up there. And I got Captain Marvel, Silver Surfer, the Submariner, Iron Man, Doctor Strange, the Hulk 102, and Captain America 100. And I really like those Silver Age comics. Hi, I'm Travis Graham, and today I'm going to talk about some of the comic books that I picked up in 2024. Some of the best ones that I think I picked up. And then I'm going to talk about the comic books that I'm kind of interested in picking up in 2025 to add to my collection. So let's take a look at them. Hold tight. Alright, well, let's take a look at the comic books that I picked up in the year 2024. And these are the best comic books that I think I picked up this year, and the prices that I got on them. Most of these comic books, the bigger comic books, I picked up on eBay. And I find eBay is just an easy platform to use to pick up comic books. I enjoy it. I mean, sometimes you find a diamond in the rough, and then sometimes you find a really bad comic book. Like the pictures, I don't do it really that justice of it, you know. So it's really a crapshoot sometimes, but it's an experience. The first issue I want to talk about is Astonishing Tales number 25. Deathlock, and George Perez did this cover, and I don't know if it's his first Marvel work, or was it his first comic he worked on. I don't know. I just like Deathlock. I like the idea of the character. I like how he's a soldier, a super soldier, and he's like a dead guy. So he's kind of like a zombie, and he's like a cyborg, and he's kind of like a Frankenstein kind of monster. It has computer cyborgy kind of things going on to it, like technologically advanced stuff. So that's interesting too in its own. So it's a really cool concept, I think. I don't think they're ever going to make anything a Deathlock in the movies, but it's really interesting to me, the character, that is. The next comic book that I picked up in 2024 is Iron Man Submariner number 1, the one shot. I love it. It's a special once in a lifetime issue. Well, yeah, because it bridges the gap between Tales of Astonish and oh gosh, what was the Iron Man and Captain America book before they split off and did their own comics? I can't think. I got a brain fart right now. I can't think of it. But it kind of it's these two guys in their own little chapters in this book before they break off into their own separate comic books. And it's a one shot, and then when they break off into their own separate comic books, it kind of picks up where it kind of left off. The next comic that I grabbed was Thor 165. I kind of, after the Guardians of the Galaxy and Adam Warlock, the movie came out, you know, and the price kind of tanked a little bit on this book. And I bought it when it was kind of on a downturn, and it's probably still going down. I haven't looked at the prices, but I picked this dude up, and I do like Thor, and the cover, I love how Kirby did the art on these. Just the dimensional, the foreground, the middle ground, and the background, and the hammer, and I just love these old Thor Kirby books. They're very interesting. They're very nice to collect. If you can get a good copy. I paid $71 for that. I probably paid too much, but it's a really nice copy for a guy like me. Okay, so the next book I picked up was Thor 134. And this is the first appearance of the High Evolutionary. And it kind of goes along with this one here in a sense that it was linked to the last Guardians of the Galaxy movie, because that was the bad guy in the Guardians of the Galaxy movie. And that's kind of, I mean, I do like Thor, and this wasn't really on my radar to pick up because I was collecting higher issues of Thor. But then when I got a lower issue of Thor, I kind of wanted to get into collecting more lower issues of Thor and Jack Kirby's work. But this is the High Evolutionary nonetheless, and it's in okay condition. I mean, it could have been better for what I paid for it, but at the time I bought it, I believe this was the cheapest copy I found on eBay in a slightly good condition. But when you're talking about Thor books, it's hard to get a Thor book in good condition. People read the crap out of this. They did. I think people really enjoyed the Thor books back in the day when they were buying this. So, and I enjoy it. I enjoy the crap out of them too. I love the Jack Kirby art in Thor. Speaking of Jack Kirby, we got the Internals, and I thought I found a really good deal on Internals 1 through 25 for like $40 on eBay, and so I snatched it up. I think that was a great deal for the whole run of Eternals for $40. I couldn't pass it up, and I don't have them all out, but I'm just using this comic as representation of all the the Eternals run. And the comics, I'm telling you, are way better than the movie they made. Hands down, the comics are better than the movie. The next comic I picked up is Captain Marvel, the first appearance of Captain Marvel, and Marvel Superheroes number 12. It's a square-bound book, so it's a little thick. It's a thick boy. And number 13 is the first appearance of Carol Danvers, which I probably might pick up maybe later this year if it cools down. I think it's not going to be a hot book because it's Miss Marvel, Carol Danvers, and those movies kind of really tanked in speculation. Mine has a little oomph to it right there, like a little tape pull or something. I got it for around $22, I think. It wasn't bad. Wasn't a bad pickup. I enjoy Captain Marvel, so I really kind of wanted to add his first appearance to my collection, and so here we go. Amazing Spider-Man 46, the first Shocker. Man, I feel like, I mean, even though it's beat up, it has like, a crease right there, and it's kind of, it's been read and opened up, but for the price that I got this comic, I couldn't be more happier. And I feel like you can find good deals on eBay every once in a while. So yeah, I'm really happy. Any Amazing Spider-Man I collect under 1 to 100 is what I collect in Amazing Spider-Man in that era. And yeah, so I'm just listing these kind of Spider-Man because they were kind of in with it. This is Amazing Spider-Man 71, and it's a later issue in the run. Well, not later, but it's an older issue, and any Spider-Man under 100, I'm gonna try to pick up if I can find an okay deal. And it kind of fit my collection because I was collecting into the 70s. 70 to 80, and last year I did 70 to 80, and this year I'm kind of a little all over the place. 90 in the 90s range, 80s maybe. I don't know. Whatever I pick up. I'd like to get, and this one I really enjoy. It's I just like the cover of it. It just pops. That yellow makes Spider-Man pop. He hurt his arm. He's in the previous fight with the lizard. It's a smart comic book. How to explain it? He's in a train yard. He drags the lizard, tricks him into this cold freezer car in the train, and the lizard is a reptile, so he goes into a hibernation mode, and that's how Spider-Man defeats the lizard. It's really interesting. I'd like to get 44. That'd be an interesting book to have the first kind of fight of it. Well, it's not the first appearance of the lizard, but it'd be, and then it can continue on to the story. Because, I got 46, 45, 46. 44 would be the next bigger Spider-Man issue that I would like to add to my Spider-Man collection. All right, Iron Man number 1. And I never thought I would own an Iron Man number 1. And it obviously, it has a little tape pull, and it has a crease right here, and I got it in my comic capsule, and I put a clear kind of backing board kind of to it, and man, I think I got it for like $100 and something. I couldn't go wrong. I had to buy it. I didn't ever think I would own an Iron Man 1. I actually have a facsimile of Iron Man 1. Hold on, and let me get it. Here's my facsimile of Iron Man 1. I bought this sucker because I never thought I would own a copy of Iron Man 1. And yeah, it's a treasure to me. Because, I'm not going to open I can open this up and read it, but why would I? I got a facsimile. I could open this up and throw it around. I don't care about the facsimile because I got this one. Even though it's beat up and stuff, but it's a treasure to me. This one was a huge one for me. Even though it's like it's missing a corner right here, and the spine's kind of taped. And yes, a square bound can fit in a comic capsule very tightly though, and you need to put it in very slowly because these things are, it's a tight fit, but it fits in a comic capsule. It blew my mind that it did. I didn't think it would fit in a comic capsule. So I got a big premiere issue, Silver Surfer number 1. I never thought I would own a Silver Surfer number 1, even though it has a little tape pull right there. And it's beat up. It's been read and loved and everything, but I never thought I'd own a Silver Surfer number 1. So that was a nice pickup for me. Doctor Strange. So I was picking up all the big premiere issues, and then Doctor Strange came along when it turned from Strange Tales, and Doctor Strange just kept on with the it was 168, and then it went to 169, and then it became Doctor Strange. And then Nick Fury went off and did his own book, I believe, or later on. But they kept Doctor Strange, and they just changed the name. So this is like the first Doctor Strange solo book. But this one came across my radar when I was picking up some other Doctor Strange. 2025. Let's talk about the books that I would like to collect in 2025, upcoming year of 2025. This season, the current season we're in of comic collecting. ASM. I'd like to collect more ASM if I can, of the Silver Age. Anything below 100, 1 to 100. That's what I'm into. Tales of Astonish. I only got one Tales of Astonish in my collection, if you can believe it or not. I do like the Incredible Hulk, and I do like Namor. So I'd like to get more Tales of Astonish. That's kind of, I guess you're seeing like an evolution of a collector going into more Silver Age than modern. I don't know if everybody else is going into Silver Age, but I appreciate the Silver Age stuff better than the modern stuff. To each his own, right? Doctor Strange. I got a couple issues of Doctor Strange. I wouldn't mind picking up a couple more, pad out my Doctor Strange. I don't have to go crazy. It might be one or two. It's what it is, Captain America. I got a couple of Captain America issues, and I think the big issue that I would like to get a Captain America would be 117. Oh, this is a great issue too. Just awesome. But 117 would be a really cool issue to get, the first Falcon, I believe. And I would like to get more Avengers. This is a rad cover of Avengers right here. The Black Knight lives again with that horse and the wings and the Pegasus. That is rad, if you ask me. Only have one Avengers book. That was it. Fantastic Four. Only got one Fantastic Four book. This caught my eye. I was just flipping through some books, and this was there, and it was green, and it had the thing on there. Only, I don't know who drew it. It kind of looks Jack Kirby-ish a little, but I loved it, and I wanted to pick it up. So Fantastic Four. It's, maybe I can get a couple more Fantastic Four books this year in 2025. Journey into Mystery was before Thor, the regular titled Thor comic book, and I only got 2 issues of Journey into Mystery. As much as I do enjoy Thor and Jack Kirby, I would like to grab a couple more of Jack Kirby's Journey into Mysteries. Here's the other issue I have. It's Pretty Boss. I love the candy corn color of it. That's what I look at it when I look at it, and I'm like, man, that looks like a candy corn. But it's introducing like Hercules down here. And the next issue, I think, is 126, and it has Hercules and Thor on the cover. I would love to get a 126 next year to go in, because it's the first issue of Thor as the ongoing type. It's kind of a big issue to get for a Thor collector. Captain Marvel, I would like to get a couple of Captain Marvel books. Maybe 1 or 2 or 3. They're cheaper. That's why I collect Captain Marvel. They're not expensive. They're more available. I find it. But it's an interesting read. It's fun. The space and aliens and weird words and vocabulary, and it's a little dated because it's in the 60s, but it ran from 68 to into the 70s. There's 60-ish issues, I think. Namor. I'd like to pick up some more Namor in 2025. It's not as expensive as ASM or Avengers or X-Men or something like that, but it's a fun read and I enjoy it, and so I'd like to pick up some. I wouldn't mind picking up some Incredible Hulks too, but it is what it is. If you find it in a comic shop, there's all kinds of comics a collector would like, but I'm more wanting to focus on Silver Age more than modern. Alright, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe if you want to, and I love you. Bye!